Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to a moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Today, in our Expert on the Microphone series, brought to you by FinTech TV, we're featuring celebrity matchmaker and PR to the stars, Carmelia Ray, alongside our good friend, Tal Navarro, founder and CEO of Social Lady Marketing Agency and the owner of AIVibes, which is an omni-channel media company focusing on the AI culture. Now, with artificial intelligence incorporating augmented reality and virtual reality via Oculus headsets, these ladies are going to join me to chat about how AI may be ruining your sex life or perhaps giving you one. Welcoming now to the show are my experts at hand, Carmelia Ray and Tal Navarro. Welcome, superstars.
Hi.
Okay, let's jump right into it. This is one steamy subject right up your alley, Carmelia. So, Carmelia, studies show that 30% of relationships now start online, with AI playing an increasingly prominent role. Do you think artificial intelligence driven matchmaking is going to surpass traditional methods?
Absolutely. I mean, we see the functionality of AI and how quickly the output is. We can now find out more about an individual using AI to give us a better understanding of this person's true lifestyle, what is their opinion, and also being able to sift millions, if not hundreds, of matches through the use of AI. So the data output for matchmaking can be increased. And I think more matchmakers need to get on top of AI.
I mean, who needs a wingman when you have a robot, right?
Right.
now, now for now for those looking to take their sex life to the next level, AI technology might have the answer for them. Well, with the help of artificial intelligence, people can now improve their intimate experiences in ways we've never even thought possible. From smart sex toys to virtual reality simulations, really, truly, artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the way that we approach and even enjoy sex. Now, one of the main benefits of using AI technology in the bedroom is the ability to have a personalized experience, right? With these AI powered sex toys, people can now have this interactive and customizable experience tailored to their preferences, which, if you think of it, is mind blowing. Now, these devices go one step further and they use data and algorithms to learn about your likes and dislikes, providing this truly personalized pleasure experience. So whether you prefer a gentle touch or an intense sensation, believe it or not, AI powered sex toys are now going to be adapting to your needs and provide the perfect level of stimulation. This, for me, is next level mind blowing. So, Tal, a survey by Match.com found that 22% of people think virtual reality could enhance their dating life. How do you see VR impacting the way that we connect romantically and in the bedroom?
Well, VR has the potential to revolutionize connections by creating immersive, interactive experiences for people. Where imagine there's a couple who is a long distance, and now he can date virtually, and he can go to places he couldn't visit otherwise. And couples who are want to experience new things are going into a virtual world where they can have their own fantasies. However, balancing these virtual experiences with the real world interactions is essential to build a real relationship, because at the end of the day, they're meaningful combinations of human beings with the algorithms might be ruining their relationship. And VR should enhance our communications, not replace them. And it's very important to understand that the real human connection is the very, very basic and very, very important for every relationship. So we have to make sure that we educate and understand that bringing people together, it's not only virtual, but it's a real thing to do.
You make a great point. Thank you for saying that. And with VR technology, yes, people can step into a virtual environment, to your point, where all of their fantasies can come to life, right? From realistic simulations of intimate encounters to fantasy scenarios that they've only dreamed of, right? So VR does allow you to explore your deepest desires in a safe and controlled environment. And I say, whether you're looking to spice up your solo play or enhance your intimate experience with a partner, VR can offer a whole new level of excitement and pleasure. So imagine having your first virtual kiss in Paris under the Eiffel Tower, right? Talk about a reality check. But let's go one step further. Carmelia, recent data suggests that AI-driven pornography sites have seen a 40% increase in usage over the past 2 years. Now, do you think AI is enhancing and promoting masturbation, or is it fulfilling a genuine need for intimacy?
That's a really great question. And really, when you think of the word intimacy, by definition, it can mean many different things. But in my world where I'm matching people, true intimacy happens in physical form. Right. The use of AI is great for people who may be shy, who are inexperienced. And from the educational point that Tal mentioned, they're in a safe space. The challenge with that is that there can also be people that can form addictions, and without proper guidance and without speaking to having a professional, particularly with those who have sexual issues, they may end up favoring AI simulated sex, which is very different. Particularly pornography portrays many different body shapes and sizes, but it's idealistic. That would be my reason for being careful to using AI. There's pros and cons to all of it.
You're right. And Tal said the same thing. You have to find the fine balance. I mean, when your biggest competition for Friday night plans is an algorithm, things have definitely gotten interesting. Now, Tal, with AI generated pornography and virtual reality experiences becoming more realistic, do you think these technologies are setting unrealistic expectations in the physical bedroom?
Absolutely. AI generated pornography and realistic VR can indeed set an unrealistic expectations. And we have to be very careful because this is very risky. And a lot of times these technologies idealize and exaggerating with the figures of our partners. And now in real life, when we're looking at our partners, we have different expectations, and that's very, very dangerous. And we might be disappointed or pressured by looking in the way that the algorithm is looking like. And we don't want that to happen. And I think that education here and awareness and talking about it and bringing to the front and making sure people are, even in relationship, people are talking about their fantasies, and they're talking about what is their ideal human being, or what their ideal, robot or whatever they're falling into. It's not preventing them from creating a real relationship with their partner, because it can create real negative impact and we have to ensure that those technologies are used responsibly in a healthy way as well.
I'm so glad that I have two moms on this panel who are experts at what they do and bring the voice of reason to the airwaves, because it is a concern for AI to perpetuate harmful stereotypes, like you said, and unrealistic expectations. More so, AI algorithms are only as good as the data they are trained on. And if this data is biased or limited, it can lead to biased recommendations and reinforce harmful stereotypes. So it's definitely crucial to ensure that these AI algorithms are trained on diverse and inclusive data to avoid perpetuating harm. Without a doubt, it brings up so many other issues. Now, Carmelia, some experts argue that AI in pornography is actually giving people a form of sex life they might not have otherwise had. Do you think this is a positive development, or does it risk further isolating individuals from real life relationships?
Yeah, I will. I loved this question. And, the first positive is accessibility for marginalized groups. People who have disabilities, who have social anxieties, having that virtual experience or access, I think is healthy. The other part of it is that for those people who want to push their boundaries or explore kink or explore other sexual experiences that they might feel judged for, AI can provide that safe space. That being said, how many of those people will become dependent? And it may seem flat in real life. That could be problematic.
Wow. Well, on the flip side, on a positive note, it's like having a personal movie star, but you never get to meet them, right? So a bit of a double-edged sword there, don't you think? Um, Tal, studies show that 60% of users of AI-driven pornography report feeling more comfortable exploring their sexuality. Do you think AI is helping people understand their desires better, or is it creating a fantasy that's just impossible to replicate in real life?
Look, I think AI driven pornography can help people actually to explore their sexuality. And I think that a lot of time it provides safe space, just like, Carmelia said. And people can do whatever they want without being judged. On the other flip of the coin, I don't see my kids going and learning that from an algorithm. So that will be a whole different story. And this can lead to maybe better communication with your partner, because now you learn on yourself and then you go and explore on him. But this also might lead to a lot of misunderstandings and disappointments. And it's very important, again, to communicate all these things, especially with the younger generation, if we're talking about him, or especially with people who are not very familiar with the sex lives or with whatever happens outside, and they're exploring only the algorithm. And then it can be, again, idealized and exaggerated and not exactly the reality that they have to face after. So using AI tool is great for learning and exploring, but it's important to keep the fantasy, and it's important to keep it realistic, and the expectation must be communicated openly with your partner that you are meeting with after.
Boy, this generation has so much
Oh my
on their
God.
plate that we have to sift through. I mean, listen, exploring your sexuality in a safe virtual space sounds great until you realize your virtual crush is just a bunch of code, right? So like these kids are going to have a rude awakening that at some point that virtual crush is not real, and now you have to step out of your fantasy world and into reality, and that's where disappointment will kick in,
Good
like you
luck to
said.
all
So,
of us as mothers. That's what I
oh
have to say.
gosh. Yeah, Carmelia, there's a staggering 40% of adults in the US who are single. Do you believe that AI can address the loneliness epidemic, or is it just a band-aid on a deeper societal issue?
Anything can be a band-aid or it can be a real solution. I think with the use of AI as a way to solve loneliness, there is this experience of connection. My daughter, who's 8, uses AI to talk about, games and animals, and the voice is like a friend. So when it comes down to intimacy and singles, there's the positive as well, is that there's mental health resources, and that AI can be used as a valuable tool to help people who are dealing and struggling with issues. Now, of course, we're always going back to what's real, and what nothing beats human interaction. The scent of a person, the things that are intuitive that an AI cannot simulate. So use AI in that safe space for education, for some experiences, but take those experiences and practice them with real people, and also get support from real people like myself, like Tal, like you, listening to these podcasts. Be around people that you can practice with and learn from, and use AI as an aid.
Well said, my dear. Tal, AI is transforming every aspect of our lives, from work to personal relationships. Do you think we're headed towards a future where it's going to dictate our emotional decisions? And is that a good or a bad thing?
I think that AI definitely changing many parts of our lives. It's including on how we handle emotions and relationships. I think at first it's very crucial to use AI as a tool, as an assistant, and not replacement. So our own decision making won't be changed dramatically, but it won't be influenced by algorithm, only by us. I think we should always combine AI recommendations with our intuition and understanding of emotions, not just depending on this. And second, we have to teach people of the usage of AI and how it works and how it can influence us and how emotional it can affect us. When people understand and know and learn more about what it can do, they know how to prevent it in advance. And also, people should speak openly on different uh, podcasts, blogs, social media. The more people will learn and listen about it, the more people will be educated and will be able to control their feelings and not be imitated or controlled by the algorithms. So that's very important.
Wow, we are out of time. Thank you both for your incredible insight. I loved this session. I think it was a very important conversation to have. I think people listening are wondering what artificial intelligence is going to contribute to their lives. And I think this is one aspect that's going to go unnoticed, or perhaps not even talked about, because it feels very taboo. So it's our job to demystify the stigmas surrounding artificial intelligence, because if used properly, to Tal and Carmelia's point, it could totally enhance your lives in every aspect. But of course, with everything, there comes a balance. And like these incredible ladies both pointed out, got to balance everything out. Thank you both so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Love you both. And always pleasure being here.
Guys, it's important to approach artificial intelligence and technology in the bedroom with caution and mindfulness, like our experts just warned you. Consider the ethical implications and ensure that your data is protected and used responsibly. Communicate with your partner and definitely prioritize consent and open communication throughout your exploration of AI. So if you're ready to spice up your sex life, why not give technology with artificial intelligence a try? It's the ability to learn and adapt to your needs. You may just discover a whole new level of satisfaction. So don't miss out on the future of intimacy. Let AI be your guide to a more fulfilling sex life. That was the amazing Carmelia Ray, celebrity matchmaker, life coach, and PR to the stars. And that was the incredible Tal Navarro, the founder and CEO of Social Lady and Marketing Agency and the owner of AIVibes, which is an omni-channel media company focusing, of course, on the AI culture. You could head directly to her site, social-lady.com or AIVibes.ia, and you can check her out on the gram at Tal Navarro #1. Of course, do check out the incredible Carmelia at CarmeliaRay.com and on the gram at Carmelia Ray. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is sponsored by FinTech TV.
FinTech TV, the newest streaming channel focused exclusively on the business of blockchain, digital assets, and sustainability. Broadcasting from our studio on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with daily reports from NASDAQ, global expansion, and 24/7 coverage. Become part of the launch. Head to fintech.tv/invest. fintech.tv/invest.
Tune in to A Moment of Zen, Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on 710 WOR, the voice of New York.